Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Imagine some July, you and your significant other decide to take a road trip on the old Pony Express trail toward Nevada. Yes, it's a little warm, and I have a bottle of water, you have your bottle of water there, and a candy bar, so you're set for this 800-mile drive through the desert. Suppose, and of course it's warm, it's July here, so it's 110. So you head out west on that dirt road, nobody out there. You get about halfway there, and your car starts to overheat. Well, I can't make it all the way to Nevada, but I see over here on the south side there's some greenery, some trees. There's probably a house over there. Maybe a McDonald's is over there where we can get some water and something to eat. So you drive over there, your car stops. Who is going to come look for you? No one knows where you are because you took off. You were supposed to be on the Pony Express trail, but you're not. And it's hot. That bottle of water you brought along is gone. No food. Somebody has to come look for you. Who is that? Well, there's an organization that I joined here a couple months ago, and they are the ones who are called on to go look for people, and that is the Civil Air Patrol. It's volunteer. I'll tell you more about it in a minute, but some actual situations. Last January, there was 2 teenagers who got lost out near Delta, and everyone was looking for them. No one knew where they were. Who was out there looking for them? Organizing it was the Civil Air Patrol. Another example, about 2 weeks later than that, there was an airplane, a small plane took off out of Ogden and flew down to Promontory Point. It's kind of sightseeing thing. They disappeared. No one knew where they were. Radar didn't show their plane having gone anywhere. Who went up and looked for that lost plane? It was Civil Air Patrol. Now, who are these people? It's a volunteer organization. It's auxiliary of the Air Force. And the Air Force supplies a few airplanes. They'll supply some radios, cameras, maps, things you would need to go out and look. So, what do you need to join the Civil Air Patrol? Do you have to be a military? No. Do you have to be a certain age? You have to be 18 to be in the senior group. And what's the upper age limit? Dave? 99. No, that's about it. There is no upper age limit. You can be, it's a senior squadron. You can be as old as you want to be in the squadron I'm at. I'm within Salt Lake Airport. There's a lot of retired people there. There's some in their 30s and 40s. There's some that, I don't know how old they are. They're older than me, so they're pretty old. But it doesn't matter. So any age you want. And there are different jobs. Of course, there are pilots, but there's radio operators, there's camera people, there's map readers, there's coordinators, there's scanners. Probably 15 different jobs in the Civil Air Patrol that you can become qualified in by studying and taking the tests and being interviewed by the commander to see if you really know your material, so that they can call on you and depend on you. So that's the Civil Air Patrol, and I had heard about it here a few months ago. I was at a piano class of all places, and the guy sitting next to me had mentioned something about that because he was in my piano class, and he was in the Civil Air Patrol for like a long time. He said, you had to call him up, and just because he heard that I had military experience, he said, well, why don't you check him out to see what see what you think. So I did, went to a few meetings and listened, and it sounded like a pretty good organization. There's no pressure, you can't get fired. You don't have to go to every meeting because there's about 50 or 60 people in our squadron, and most I've seen in meetings, kind of like Toastmasters, there's what, 30 members, but we're lucky to see 10 or 15, so that's kind of how it is there. People come when they can, and they learn areas that they are interested in, so that they could be an observer. Because normally in an airplane, You'll have a person in the back running the camera or observing. You have the person in the right seat in the front, and he is an observer and a radio operator. And then, of course, the guy in the left seat is flying the plane. So that's a normal crew going out to look for lost souls in the desert or the mountains, whatever. So I thought it sounded like an interesting organization. And heading toward retirement, I figured I gotta find something to do besides play the piano and golf. Right? So I decided to join Civil Air Patrol. And so far, I've really enjoyed it. And if you got some spare time, you may just check it out, because you don't have to be 70 or 80 or retired. You can be any age and check it out. So if you have any questions, well, give me a call. Mr. Postmaster.